Shri Gurubhyo Namaha children. It's a continuation of our market plan. We are in entrepreneur planning. In the previous class, we discussed about what is a marketing plan, and I discussed about the facts or the questions that you should make a note of hmm, before you start with your marketing plan. So it is not just about making a product. Okay, it goes beyond the making of the product where you should know how your product should be distributed, how your product should be priced, how are you going to promote your product. Right. Now, let us see what all should be the contents of the marketing plan. So, in the marketing plan, you should clearly make a note of how are you going to promote the product. Okay. So, promotion activities. So, internet marketing, how are you going to promote it through internet marketing or special events, then telemarketing, then personal selling. So, these are the promotion options you have: advertising, direct marketing, publicities. So, all these, you can promote your product using all these strategies. Then who are your competitors? Okay, what is their performance? Who are your direct competitors, indirect competitors, and how are they going to react on your introduction of your product? So your success depends upon all these factors. You have to make note of all these factors, and you should be very clear about how you're going to go about. Fine. The objectives of your market. See, your background of the plan, background of business, your vision, who are your buyers, who are your target customers, what are the needs of the buyers. So, all that you should keep in mind when you are preparing your market. So, procedures for preparing a market plan involves the following steps. Fine. So now see here, potential investor, he regards the market plan as critical to the success of new venture. And thus, the entrepreneur should make every effort to prepare it as comprehensively and as detailed as possible. So, you should have a proper procedure for preparing the marketing plan. So, what are the steps in preparing a marketing plan? So, business situation analysis, first one. Second one, identifying the target market. Then, conduct SWOT analysis, strength, weakness, okay, opportunities, and your threats. Establish goals, define marketing strategy, implementation and monitoring of the plan. First one, situation analysis, business situation analysis. Where have we been? So, the review of past performance and achievement of the enterprise. Now, if it is a already existing one, for new venture, if it's a new enterprise that you're going to introduce, then you should focus on the personal profile of the entrepreneur. Emphasize on product development. What need it satisfies. So, who are your target customers? Okay, what is the use of buying your product? How is it useful to the buyer? Any other enterprise or experience of the entrepreneur, any marketing segment if planned. So, first is business situation analysis. Okay, so for a new venture, you should have all these details. You should actually fill in all these details. Fine. Business situation analysis. Second one, identify your target market. Who are your target customers? Who are your target customers? Right. So market research and industry analysis is done based on what the general market or industry entrepreneur wishes to pursue. Now, identifying the target market, we see things that are produced in India or say Tamil Nadu is available in Gulf countries. Why? Because you have a lot of Indian population there. There's a demand for the product. Now, Indian supermarkets in Singapore, in Australia, in New Zealand, in Mexico, in South America, African countries. So you have Indians spread all over Europe. So you know that there are your customers, there is a need for your product in all these places, right? So divide the market into smaller groups based on what customer characteristics, geography, like state and country. Now you take India. Within India, what is your you can find out who is in need of your product. Right? Now geographic, that is state, country, and etc. etc. Then demographic, that is age. Now, if it is going to be candies, you're going to make candies. You think you can sell candies to old people? No. So you know your age group, your target age group. So that is between 5 and 15. So you then you should see, okay, where all, like how I should concentrate now, how what are the things I should like give importance to. Then you have that psychographics. What is that? Personality and lifestyle. So yeah, depending, see, a product is consumed by the people depending upon the lifestyle, depending upon the personality. There are certain things which are luxury to people, but the necessity, it is a basic necessity for some. So you have to first of all find out who is going to consume your product, how are you going to sell it, how are you going to distribute it to different states. Is your product in demand in these places? Okay, and how often they use it, and what is the age group of people who are going to use your product? If it is shoes, then like what is the type of customer who is very attracted towards the product. Now, if it is going to be lipstick that you're going to introduce in the market, who's going to be your target customers? Obviously, not men. Or face wash specially designed for men. Obviously, men who are college goers, small young men, and even college school children or in the teens, they'll be interested in that. So you have to you have to find out who is your target market. Then buying situation, buying conditions, time available, usage, how often they use. Now, if it is, for example, Colgate toothpaste, now often morning after breakfast you brush your teeth, afternoon and then evening. So the frequency of usage. If it is noodles, now within a week, how many times they use noodles? Or every product that you're bringing, face wash, soaps, you can say spray. You are going to produce spray. Then how are you going to market it? Who are all your competitors? Which are the areas you can concentrate? You can't sell body spray in a remote place. And imagine if it is going to be a village near your school. Okay, remote village where hardly people, they hardly make, it's very difficult. They make their living, picking trash and doing all the menial work. You think they are your target customers? So they find very difficult to even make, both ends meet. So they are not your target. Your target, if you are bringing body sprays, people of higher quality. People, those who have a different social status. So they are your target customers. Then how are you going to sell? How often they use it? So buying situation, desired benefit, features of the product. Select a segment and segments to the target. Develop a marketing plan integrating according to the product, price, distribution, and promotion. Remember the 4 P's we discussed. So the right place, the right product, right promotion at the right place is very, very important. Right. Now, conduct SWOT analysis. What is SWOT? The abbreviation for SWOT: strength, weakness, opportunities, and your threats. So it is important for the entrepreneur to consider the target market, his or her enterprise, strength, weakness, and opportunities. So marketing plan needs to consider the strength and weaknesses of the new venture to ensure its business. Fine. Next point, to establish goals. Where do you want to go? And always establish your goals in numerical terms. 6 crore is my target. 3 crore is my target. So you have something to go behind. Okay, reach your goal, reach your target, and you have no numeral. Like you have not mentioned, you're not specific about your goal. You're not specific about your goal, then it's difficult for you to reach your target. Okay, it's difficult for you to reach a target. Imagine have you are having a cricket match, but there is no runs. Nobody is recording the runs. You have two teams. They come, they beat, they hit the ball, and you have sixers, fours. Nobody is recording the ball. So you should record. Okay, so you should be very specific and you should be numerical. There should be number. You should number. So it should be realistic, attainable, and well-defined goals and objectives of the organization. So attainable. Neither it should be over nor it should be under. So you should not fix a target or which is like too high. You can never reachable. You get demotivated. You get like and if it should not be too low also. So like if it is too low, then you will not know whether like what is your stand in the market. So quantifiable goals so that they could be measured for control purpose. See, I told you about the cricket match, about the football match. If there's no scoreboard, what will happen? So that's why you have a sales team. Sales team will be given a target. within this month you have to cover this area. These many people, retailers should be covered. These many institutions should be covered. These many organizations should be covered. This should be your, like for example, 15 crore is your target for 3 months. If you achieve this, you will be given a bonus. So they'll be given all those benefits, right? So it should be quantifiable, means measurable. Setting standards to measure those goals which are qualitative in nature. So measure those goals which are quality. Quality control is very, very important. Okay, so imagine you are manufacturing refrigerators and let it be one refrigerator. When it is one refrigerator, and if the consumer is buying, if there is like there is fault in the refrigerator that you have manufactured, and the refrigerator is sold to the customer, and that customer will definitely spoil your reputation in that market. So even there should be zero defect. So zero defect, and no customer should complain of defect in your product. So customer satisfaction. So the quality is very, very important. Okay. Now just imagine you go to a doctor, and every day the doctor sees 50 people. In that, one person dies. Can you accept that? You cannot accept it, isn't it? No, there's always this doctor is good, but every day 50 people he sees, and in that one person dies. So it's the same with the product. Okay, your company will die in the due course because of the defect that you have brought into the product. So you should maintain quality, quantity. That means it should be measurable, quantifiable. Limiting the goals to a specific number so that there is no chaos, confusion, or overlapping. Otherwise, even controlling and monitoring will become very difficult. So define market strategies. How to get there? Okay, the marketing strategies and action plan comprises of decision pertaining to what? Your product, right product, place, promotion, and fee. They are called as 4 P's. There are other P's also, like politics. Politics to a certain extent also has an influence on your product. Right. Next, implementation and monitoring of the plan. So just like that, you have made a plan just for the formality's sake. Okay, I'm starting a business. Imagine you're going to start a restaurant, and you have to make a I have to make a marketing plan. That's fine. Just for the sake of making a marketing plan, you make it and you don't implement it. You don't monitor it. So you're definitely going to be a failure. So evolving a marketing plan is not a mere formality. It is meant for commitment to the entrepreneur to a specific strategy. So it is important for the entrepreneur to be flexible and make adjustments if necessary in a plan. Fine. So we have discussed all the components of the marketing plan. Okay. We have discussed about the operation plan, organization plan, financial plan, human resources plan, and the marketing plan. So every plan by itself is very important for your business. If you are a new venturer, if you are starting a business for the first time, it is definite that you should have a proper business plan. Right. So, no, there's no business without risk. Okay. So, there are some hazards and risks and obstacles always present in a competitive environment. So, an entrepreneur should identify potential hazards. He should develop strategies to either prevent or minimize and respond to the risk. And always, business, sometimes at times business fail because of the entrepreneur's inability to plan it effectively. So intelligence planning is not difficult or impossible for an experienced entrepreneur. So with proper commitment and support from many experts these days, preparing an effective plan is more an Hercules task. Right? So I'm completing business plan, components of business plan in this class. If you have any doubt, children, you can always ask me. Go through the lesson. Fine. All right. Thank you, children. See you in the next class with another lesson, and I'll be discussing all the question answers and other things in the next class with you. Fine. Okay.